Every day, it seems like there's a new video out about the end of the credit card travel rewards game. That somehow all these points and miles earning cards will just vanish. Or that the value just isn't there anymore. That the annual fees are too much. That the lounges are too packed. That the credits are just too lifestyle focused. Well, in this video, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion as to why this is absolutely false. I'll show you how it actually costs less money today to earn more. How you can now optimize your top spending categories, which was not a thing years ago. I'll show you how you can beat the system and how it's easier than ever to earn credit card points and credit card perks. And these perks can unlock incredible experiences like trips with your family to all-inclusive properties in the Caribbean or Mexico, flights in business class across the Atlantic on some of the world's best airlines, hotel stays at incredible properties, insert your ideal destination here, and more than likely, because of credit cards, that destination is now within reach. Years ago, when I wanted to take a trip, I had to start to plan way in advance. I'm talking more than a year out because it was all about saving up money. I wanted to make sure the finances were in order to start saving to pay for the flights and economy in a budget hotel or Airbnb. And don't get me wrong, I had an incredible time on those trips, even having to sit upright in economy for 8 hours, plus not having any sort of airport or hotel lounge access. But now, thanks to credit cards and this game that they are willing to play with us, I can take my wife and my 2 kids on different trips all around the world, whether that's back down to Florida, to the Caribbean, Mexico, or to Europe, simply by leveraging a few credit card sign-up bonuses and optimizing my spend with the right cards and the right shopping portals. And of course, referral bonuses. Now, speaking of, if you own a home and you do not have the Mesa Homeowners Card or it's not on your radar, make sure you stick around, since you'll more than likely be able to use points for a round-trip business class flight to Europe without really doing anything different than you do today. It's just a new day, and I'm still learning new tricks all the time, a lot of which come from your comments, which, by the way, leave a comment down below. Let me know about some of your upcoming trips or some recent trips that you've taken thanks to credit card points or miles. Flashback to 2016. The Chase Sapphire Reserve launched with a new welcome bonus of 100,000 points after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months. Now, at the time, that was an unprecedented offer, but just recently, the Sapphire Reserve rolled out a new welcome bonus of 125,000 points after spending $6,000 in 3 months. Now, you may look at this and say it's a slightly lower return on your spend for these comparable offers with that 9-year gap, 25x your spend in 2016, roughly 21x your spend here in 2025. And of course, this is for those welcome offers, but a dollar isn't as valuable as it was in 2016. It's roughly 35% less valuable. So when you factor this in, it actually cost more to earn that bonus in 2016 than it does today. Now take a look at the no annual fee Chase business cards, which right now they have a 90,000 point welcome bonus on a few different cards. And this is for that same 6,000 in spend within 3 months. Now, if you factor in the returns here for a no annual fee card that literally anyone can get, even though it's a business card, at a minimum, that's a $900 return in value, but easily close to $2,000 or more in value, at least 3 nights at a Hyatt all-inclusive in Cancun or Punta Cana. Now, this just wasn't possible years ago, especially for cards with no annual fee. Now, that's just one example, but here's another on point maximization. Now, in 2018, American Express completely changed the game when it launched some huge updates to the now widely popular American Express Gold Card. And you'll start to see the trend here. American Express is the trendsetter. From spending categories to credits and benefits to lounge access to even the card designs, American Express has really just set the bar in every way. And when they relaunched the Gold Card in 2018, it would now earn 4x on dining and grocery spend, which is crazy. Before that, it only earned 1x in those categories. And this was and still is the best food earning card on the market. Now, the Capital One Savor Cash Card earned 3x at that time, and the Savor Rewards earns 3x in both of those food categories today, which is a nice alternative to the Gold Card, but it's not American Express. And take a look at your spending every single month. Food is always one of the top spending areas. Our food spend is at least $2,000 a month. So over 24,000 a year on food times 4 points per dollar, over 100,000 points earned on purchases that were going to happen either way. Now for a category where American Express did not set the trend, but is by far my top spend category each month, Mesa recently introduced the Mesa Homeowners Credit Card. And if you own a home, make sure you check out my videos on this card. It'll cover all of your questions and possible concerns. Now, I've had this card for a few months now, and I'd highly recommend it if you have a mortgage. So the ability to earn points for your mortgage without actually having to pay your mortgage with this card, plus earning 3 points per dollar in just about every category a dad dreams of, between the Mesa Homeowners Card, the Built Rewards Card for earning points on rent, cards are getting better in my opinion, not worse. Now, another way to truly add value to your dollar is by point stacking, which is something I talk a ton about, and there's a few different levels to this, which have really been elevated over the last few years with the rise of these shopping portals. And this is along with leveraging personalized credit card offers. And these credit card offers are available on most cards from American Express, Chase, Capital One, Citi, and others. They cover pretty much all spending categories like shopping, travel, entertainment, and dining, but they need to be manually activated, which takes a click of a button and a little bit of research to see what offers are available. And as an example here, I saw one recently with American Express, and this was to use Apple Pay after spending $50 or more with my American Express Platinum, and I'd receive a $5 statement credit up to 3 different times. Now you'll also see offers for coffee or wine or food subscription services and things like that, which can easily be stacked with shopping portals like Rakuten or the e-shopping portal from American Airlines. Now these are my 2 go-to portals, and I find myself using Amazon a lot less because of these portals. And this is because you can link your Amex cards with Rakuten and earn Amex membership rewards points that way. And this is great because you don't even have to use your Amex cards when you're making those purchases online. You just use that card to link your accounts. But let's say you have the Amex Gold, and this is really only meant for your food spending. You can link your Amex Gold so that Rakuten knows where to distribute the points that you would earn when shopping through Rakuten, and then you can spend on whatever card you want. Maybe you have a card that earns 2x on all spend, or 3 to 4x in select categories, like that Mesa Homeowners Card that earns 3x on all home decor, so think furniture stores and things like that. And if I can earn at least 3x on my purchase via Rakuten, plus the baseline of at least 1x for the purchase with a specific credit card, which usually if I'm doing this, it's because I'm either point stacking with a card offer or spending to hit a welcome bonus on a new card. All that to say, that will far outweigh the value of a 5% cashback card from Amazon, since that's just a straight up 5% back that I need to use for future Amazon purchases. Whereas these points with Rakuten, if I'm earning 4x, that's turning more into 8 to 12x when I use those points towards travel redemptions. And I know that was a lot of information, but when people tell you that they're not getting good value from a card or they think an annual fee is too high, they typically aren't leveraging strategies like this. And similar to Rakuten, the e-shopping portal from American Airlines, which I've talked a ton about, this allows me to earn American Airlines miles for purchases made via this portal, which, like Rakuten, these portals launch you out to a company's website and then track your purchase. So if you're buying something from Best Buy, you'd launch the Best Buy site from that shopping portal, and then it'll track your purchase. And the beauty of the e-shopping portal from American Airlines is it also earns loyalty points on your purchases. And these are the metric to earn status with American Airlines. So if you're unfamiliar with this, but you want to leverage shopping and looking at hitting status with an airline like American, make sure you check out my All Things American Airlines playlist in my recent 2-part series where I go into the Advantage program, how to earn miles and loyalty points, all doing so at a rapid rate, and how to really launch your way to status. Now, most of the strategies that I talk about there, those are specific to American Airlines, but they can be leveraged similarly with Delta or others. And all of these things, they just weren't possible years ago. The ability to point stack, fast track your way to status through spending on credit cards, these were all things that even 10 years ago just were not possible. Okay, but what about the travel experience? Well, first, credit card branded airport lounges were not even a thing 13 years ago. When these burst onto the scene in 2013, the game changed. To be able to use a credit card to gain access to, which at one time felt like a really exclusive club, complimentary beer, wine, cocktails, better food than the airport terminal, without having to overpay for a greasy burger or tacos, without having to listen to screaming kids or loud airport announcements. I can just imagine what it was like walking into one of those first airport lounges, the exclusive feeling, the excitement, and I do feel like I can relate. I do still feel like a kid walking into a toy store when I walk into a newer airport lounge these days, and I travel pretty often for work, and work is stressful. On top of that, domestic travel is not really enjoyable at all. But these airport lounges and the credit cards that get me in, it's truly changed the game in my outlook on travel, on layovers, flying to busy airports that I once dreaded. And look, that's part of it here. A lot of people that complain, either talking about the demise of credit cards, getting no value from their travel credit cards, or paying too much for these annual fees and these travel-related credits, habits, often these people are only traveling a handful of times per year. And when they do, they're flying on Southwest, which likes to avoid airports that have nice airport lounges. Or they're using points and they're doing big international redemptions in business class for a once-in-a-lifetime type of trip, and they get access to that airline-branded lounge, like the Virgin Clubhouse JFK, which I don't think has been updated since Austin Powers came out. So their perception, when you do it this way, is very skewed. Now we're seeing a bit of a shift in the structure of the premium tier cards, at least from American Express and Chase and a few others. More of a push to the lifestyle credits. But if you're getting a travel credit card for a few lifestyle credits and to cover part of your YouTube TV subscription or your Disney Plus membership, you need to rethink your strategy. These cards, they really only earn well for specific travel-related purchases. And they cover your trip with trip delay or lost or damaged luggage reimbursement. They're not meant to be used for your gym membership or your salon visits. Most of these travel cards are built to help you enhance your travel experience. So think twice about who you listen to on YouTube, including me. Does that person travel often? Do they have real life experience with those cards? Do they squeeze every bit of value out of it and then share that back with you? Because that's my strategy. Okay, let's quickly talk about the big three: American Express, Chase, and Capital One. And maybe you can see which of these cards and the location with their amenities, with their lounges, makes the most sense for you. American Express is definitely the veteran when it comes to airport lounges. Their first lounge opened at the Las Vegas Harry Reid Airport in November of 2013, and then American Express basically delivered one or more lounges just about every year over the next 7 years. Now there's a total of 15 of these lounges in the US today, a few more expected in the next few years. And then you have Chase and Capital One, which are both relatively new to this game. But just because they are new doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing. The first Chase Sapphire Lounge opened in May of 2023 at Boston Logan. Crazy that was only about 2 years ago. And then you had the Sapphire Terrace in Austin that opened March of 2023, but that's no longer there. Now today there's 8 Chase Sapphire lounges, and you can see all the locations here on the screen, and they've done a really amazing job in my opinion. These are a few levels above the Centurion lounges from American Express when it comes to just about everything. The food and drink options, the creativeness, the elegance with these lounges, the ability to order food and drinks to your seat, or to take your kids into an area created for kids, to get a little local flair with the cocktails and the food. They're truly top-notch in my opinion. Now Capital One, similar to Chase, did not open an airport lounge until really recent. Now Capital One just beat Chase to the punch, opening their first airport lounge with the Dallas-Fort Worth Capital One Lounge that came online late 2021. Now I've been to this Dallas-Fort Worth location plenty of times, and it's pretty much maintained its quality and its elevated ambience. Even though the wait list can be pretty extreme these days, Capital One only has 5 airport lounge locations and 1 Capital One landing at Washington Reagan, which is one of my favorites. This one is a unique concept since it's a tapas-style restaurant, not an airport lounge, but it's exclusive for Capital One Venture X and Venture X business card holders. And they're putting one of these in at LaGuardia, which also has a Chase Sapphire Lounge that is beautiful in my opinion. And the new Capital One Lounge at New York JFK, being able to spend a few hours there before a flight, it's just incredible that these exist in my opinion. Most people despise going to or connecting through JFK. Me personally, I get excited because these lounges allow me to get work done, take in the beautiful design, have a nice meal, get a nice cocktail or two. All this to say, people will continue to complain about their credit card annual fees. They'll continue to complain about the overcrowding at the airport lounges and all of the coupon style credits. But that's just what most people do. They look at things in a negative light. They see the glass as half empty. Me, I look at this as an investment into my travel experience. These credit cards, the strategies that I try to share here on a regular basis, they've unlocked experiences that were basically impossible before. Now, if you're a cashback person, that's totally fine. But odds are you're never going to use cashback to pay for a $6,000 business class flight. And maybe that's okay with you. But I'm all about seeing the world and doing so in as much comfort and style as possible. Now, for an in-depth look at the American Airlines program and how to hit status in no time, check out this playlist. Or to see a card that has to be in your wallet if you have a mortgage, check out this video here. And I'll see you there. Cheers.